Wow, it feels like it's been so long. I missed you guys last Sunday. But James and I were celebrating our 2-year anniversary, and that lands on the same day as Ostara. And so, we want to have some time for us and our property and things like that. So it's good to be with you guys here again. I hope you guys are having a fabulous Sunday. Hope that you have some fun stuff cooked up for this week. But yeah, let me know, what are you guys doing today? You guys have anything fun planned? And Susie's here. Hey, hey. Love you, girl. And Liesel is here. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes. Okay. So I have my decks here. I got the herb for the week. I got some good stuff. But before I get started, I want to show off this lovely organite pyramid that I got from Kelly over at Woo Woo Woman Energy 777 over on Instagram. She has an Etsy shop. But definitely check her out. I've been shouting her out in my stories because I absolutely love her stuff. And actually, I heard about her through James, who's bought a few of her pieces, and the energy, let me just say, it feels so good. So that's why I want to use it in our live chat today, especially this one. And I want to use this one as well for casting our energetic circle. So, for all the new people that will be tuning in or tuning in later for the replay, I am Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today we are going to be taking a look at this week's energy forecast, the channeled intuitive forecast. So what do we got going on this week? And also taking a look at our herb of the week. So maybe a plant ally that can assist us. Also taking a look into the Mayan astrological message, as I am a Mayan astrologer. I also teach Mayan astrology in case you are interested. And I believe that the more understanding we have of different ways of looking at the world, either through astrology, tarot cards, channeling directly, whatever you want to do. There's a lot of different fun modalities out there and ways in which you can utilize your intuition. But I have the Leon Mystery School in case you are interested. It's myself and a few other teachers and some wonderful subjects that you can take a gander at. But the links for that are down below. You can check out my website, kittensweightsandtarot.com, or click the link directly for Leon Mystery School. And by the way, I'm going to be typing up that newsletter soon because April 1st, yes, April Fool's Day, I am sending out our April newsletter. So if you're interested in the newsletter, go ahead and sign up for it. I have, let's see, I had to actually upgrade my subscription for like the web host that I use for my newsletter because I have so many subscribers to my newsletter. I have almost 400 subscribers now to my newsletter, which I think is freaking amazing. So if you're interested, go ahead and sign up. Like I said, link is down below. You can also go through my website and find it. But I have lots of interesting things on there. I mean, I like to put sometimes recipes because I love to bake, sometimes spells, sometimes DIY crafting ideas for you and the kiddos, or perhaps just you and your friends. I have links to YouTube channels that I'm watching, books that I'm reading, crystals that I'm using. A lot of the crystal information comes from me, but also comes from James because, well, he is everything crystals. You can check out his website, Light of Riga. It's on Etsy, but you can also check him out on Instagram at Light of Riga, RYGA. And you can see all the different wonderful crystals that he's using and that actually we're using out here on the property. But yeah, so definitely check all that stuff out. Let's go ahead and cast that circle. It looks like we have some lovely friends who are coming in. Susie said, happy anniversary, Tara and James. Thank you, thank you. The Night Daughter said, marry me, everyone. Hello, hello. Lisa said, I'm lurking a bit in the kitchen. It's lovely to see you, Susie. Ooh, Lisa's got the kitchen witchery going on. Let's see. Susie said, thank you, Lisa. My first chat since Georgia. I want to be here. I love you all. I appreciate you, Susie. And, remember, take all the time you need for you. We love you. And Liesel is concurring with that. Love you too, girl. Love to you, she says. Susie said George passed on March 18th, but I want to be here. And we will definitely include that into our healing that we do at the end, as there have been, well, a lot of transitions for people, close friends of mine, family, James and I personally, whether it be transitions in locations that people are living, or perhaps people's human vessels have made transitions, people making transitions into new phases of their life. I think that this is a great time of change, and with change comes a lot of healing. And I'll make sure that that is our main focus for the end of our chat today. So, all right. Susie said, love you too. All righty. Okay, so using Kelly's Organite, her lovely pyramid here, which inside this one is a lovely quartz crystal you can see in here. And then she's got bits and pieces of like copper and black tourmaline and other metal shavings and things like that. It's so wonderful. I really appreciate being able to receive her things. That was so cool. It's like as soon as I saw there was like one piece of organite she had posted on her Instagram, and I was like, I gotta buy that. So yeah, definitely, like I said, check her out. Okay, so I like to call in the elementals, and I like to call in the four directions. That's just how I do my practice, and setting my grounding and energetic boundaries. So just for right now, just getting myself nice and settled. You guys can do the same if you wish, wherever it is that you reside right now, whether you're standing up, sitting down, chilling in the kitchen, laying in bed. Just get yourselves nice and centered. I'm going to focus on the element of fire, which I feel right now with our lovely sunshine, and asking that element of fire to burn away anything that no longer serves us, so that we may move forth in clarity, in the best versions of ourselves, our truest versions, I should say, and that we have clarity within our messages today. Also calling in the element of air, which there's a gentle breeze going on. Air is also felt within our own bodies as we breathe in and out, a constant purification, renewal, and transition happening with every breath that you take. So let us be reminded of that. And let our breath also remind us that we breathe in truth, we exhale that which no longer serves us. And as you guys, I don't know if you can hear it because I have my little like windsock on my microphone, but the water is dripping in the background off the RV because although we had a wonderful day yesterday, uh, it snowed in the evening time, and now that snow is almost completely melted. As you can see, there's no snow back there. So everything is dripping. So I call on the element of water to cleanse and wash away that which no longer serves us. And as I sit here with my feet firmly planted on terra firma, I ask the earth to ground my energy and all of our energies, so that we may receive messages for our best and highest good, so that we can move forward in truth and clarity, so that we can remember who we truly are. And with this organite, let's go ahead and cast that circle. So starting at the north, using that little point to put out that awesome generating but also cleansing energy. Calling in the elementals of the north to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the east to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the south to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the west to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in also in the direction of the north, the color of black, the stone of onyx, to help protect us in our circle today. Calling in the color of yellow, and also abalone in the east to help us to step into new beginnings, calling in the color of blue and turquoise at the south to help us be reborn into clarity, into power, personal power, into our light bodies. And also calling in the color of white shell at the west to help us to connect to that intuition, to feel into our emotions, and to take pause and understand in what they are trying to tell us. All right, you guys. Okay, so thank you, Kelly, for your orgonite. And all right, so I missed some of your messages. Let me go back here. Do, 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 do. Susie said, sending your grandpa prayers, Caitlin. And Susie's Night Daughter's Oracle was saying, thank you. His real name is Weldon, but he goes by Johnny. Night Daughter Oracle says, you look like a country queen. Well, thank you. Actually got a new, this is a handmade beaded band that I got for my little wool hat. So I'm super excited. I gotta make sure that I find a good feather around here in the property, maybe from one of our raptors that love to fly around in the sky, so I can put a nice little feather in my hat. And maybe some crystals too. My Oracle daughter was asking Susie, I'm so sorry, how long were you together? And Susie was saying that her and George were together for 10 years. And Susie said, also shout out to Heather, Silver Star Priestess. Her birthday is on March 28th. So if she pops in today, we'll sing her a happy birthday. If she doesn't pop in today, we'll sing her a happy birthday. So we'll make sure we get those birthday shout outs going. I know that there's a lot of you with March and early April birthdays coming on. I know our friend Dana, her birthday's coming up in early April. Actually, her birthday is, I think, the day after my dad's birthday. My dad's going to be 83 this year. So he's still doing well over there in San Diego, you know, still going for his hikes and his walks and still trying to show up the young guys at the gym. Although now he says he doesn't converse with the young guys so much anymore. He's like, I'm just trying to get my pump on. You know, my dad's like, you know, doing his pull-ups and his abs and like all that stuff. So yeah, so all the birthdays out there, all the spring babies. And Lisa said, yes, happy birthday to Heather, and yes, to Dana. Okay, so I have my little papers here. Hold on. Here we go. Yay! I love the little birthday emojis. Okay, so before we dive into the reading, I do want to give a shout out to all those who have been so supportive of this channel, so supportive of what I do, and I'm deeply grateful for everybody who's allowed me to share the messages that I do, either through the videos that I make, like my channeling videos and stuff that James and I do, the things that we do over on Instagram and share with you guys, the Mayan messages, these YouTube lives. I thank you guys so much. If you are subscribed to the channel, thank you. Thank you to all of my subscribers, everybody who's, you know, given these likes and had a kind word or two to leave in the comments, or suggestions for videos they would like to see, or how they would like to see things done better. You know, I really do appreciate those. And deep appreciation also for my patrons. So my patrons over on Patreon, if you're interested, the link for that is down below. But I would like to personally thank those people. So Surian and Brandy and Samara and Kayla, Jason and Charles, Brian, Jamie, Alexandra, and Dana. Thank you guys so much. And let's not forget my YouTube members. The link for that is down below as well if you're interested in becoming a YouTube member. But you'll see who our YouTube members are because they have a little colored kitty cat head right next to their name. And they're all kind of in different colors of like our chakra colors. But Susie, Lisa, Heather, Kayla, Jamie, and Jamie Lynn, thank you guys so much. Yeah, I'm very appreciative. And every once in a while, there are people that just send a nice donation through PayPal me every once in a while. So thank you for that. Thank you so much. And for everybody who allows me to read for them during these YouTube lives with the super chats and super stickers. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's get into our information this week, which is why you are all here. Um, let's see. Silver Star said, yes, happy birthday, Dana. No, hers is coming up soon. Yes, very soon, very soon. Actually, I think her birthday is when my library books are due. So I shall not forget her birthday. All right. So let's do a quick little happy birthday for all of our homies whose birthdays are coming up in the next few days this week. And yeah, we'll have to do some more happy birthdays in the following live chats as well. So here we go for Heather, because I believe next live chat we'll be able to sing a little happy birthday for Dana as well. Okay, so let me put this down. Here we go. All right, ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Heather, who's also known as Silver Star Priestess, who's super awesome, and my fellow blue avian. Happy birthday to you. Boo, boop, boop, be doo. So have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. All right, let's see. Let's go back here. Susie said, happy birthday, beautiful Dana. Love you, friend. Lisa said, busy season. I have many Aries in my life. Oh my goodness. Night Daughter Oracle said, have a blessed day, Silver Star Priestess. And Dana, yes. Heather said, thank you so much. Best birthday ever. Well, you guys are some fabulous friends. I appreciate you all so very much. So I hope you have a wonderful solar return. Okay, so grabbing my little notes here once again. Let's go into the Mayan message. And I may not need my sunglasses anymore. Let's see. There we go. Just because we have a little sky hat right going on right now, the cloud. Let's see. Oh, Bri Law is here. Says, glad I finally made it to a live. I have a final interview this week for a job that I really want. Excited for these messages to navigate through this week. Woo woo. All right. Oh, Susie's concurring with that. Woo woo. Heather said, so funny. I look forward every year for that happy birthday sing from you, Tara. Aw, thank you. And everybody's saying hello to Bri. All right. So speaking of messages, let's take a look at the Mayan astrological message. So I know that we have some wonderful astrologers in here, but come from the Mayan perspective, from the highlands of Guatemala, and most of us being in Yucatec. But today is 7 Manik, and the number 7 is all about transition. Just like yesterday with 6 Kimi. Kimi was representative of Xibalba, of the underworld, and according to Mayan belief. And so it helps us to navigate through extreme changes in our lives and transition. And today is also kind of going off that similar energy with the number 7, as the number 7 is also about death and rebirth and being able to move through difficulties in our lives. And what's also aiding us this week is the Lord of this week, which is Emish. And Emish is known as the left side of reality, of the parts that we don't see in the 3D world, the parts that we have to view either through astral travel, through meditation, in our dreams. It's the parts that we can't quite place into anything concrete in the third dimension, because it's what is related to our energetic essence, is related to our soul. And so as we dive into the unknown, the things that are unseen, we are connecting to that Manik energy. And today with Manik, it's about our, I would say, religion of the self, not major religions like Judaism and Catholicism and things like that, but more religion of the self, your beliefs, your core beliefs, the programming, your own personal hierarchy, and using the number 7 to see through any sort of narrative or deception, whether it's coming at you externally or sometimes deception comes from us internally. Sometimes our egos want to protect us by continuing to have us live within old paradigms or lies or versions of ourselves that no longer exist in order to protect itself. And so, if we want to be able to see through that today, use Imishi's energy, go into meditation, look within, and look at the clarity of whatever situation it is that you're going through right now, whether you're going through job interviews or you're going through some very, very difficult transitions, whether you're dealing with some things on the external or the internal. This is all about going inwards and trying to find that truth so that we can make decisions. Sometimes we want to just sit on the sidelines and wait for something external to make a decision for us, but that's not how we build personal power. That's not who we see who we truly are. These multidimensional beings that we are, these very powerful manifestors that we are, we weren't meant to just sit on the sidelines. We were meant to really step into that power and make changes here, not only in the third dimension, but others as well, and for us to grow as souls. So today, take the time to look within and seek truth where you find things to be a little less clear. All right, so let's see, look at some of your comments here. Everybody's saying hello to the new folks coming in. Susie said, wishing you success. Night Daughter said, hey, Susie, figured out my Mayan birthday is 3, Kib. So when will my next Mayan birthday be? Well, you would always have a 3 Kib would always be your birth date then, but that birth date moves because you're on a 260-day calendar in the Tolkien calendar. Janine, hello, hello. How are you? Janine in the house. Oh, Susie and Caitlin, I'm not a Mayan astrologer. Tara's amazing, does readings on her website. This is true. I do offer Mayan destiny chart, aka Mayan birth chart readings if you guys are interested. James says, I get so much wisdom from here. I need to hear this. Welcome, James. Yay, yay, yay. Okay. So like I said, that's our energy for today. It's actually kind of a big energy with that 7 meaning. But as we move along through the week and we get to the end of our 7-day forecast, which would be on Saturday of the upcoming week, that would be 13 Ben. So that means that we are at the very end of a Tresena, which is a 13-day week according to the Tolkien calendar. And the number 13 is a very energetically powerful number, meaning if you wanted to work on some bigger things, some bigger healing or spell work or any sort of self-care, anything, number 13 is going to amplify the energy that you put into it. So, if you wanted to, let's say, have a really bummer day, the energy would be amplified of that. If you wanted a productive day, the energy would be amplified with that. But the number or the day sign of Ben, Ben is about the family, and it's also related to the children, like children in our family. It could be nieces and nephews, our own sons and daughters, our fur babies. So we take that number 13 and pairing it with the family. Is there anything within that family unit? Whether it's your soul family, the friends that you've brought in as family, your blood related family, it could be past life family. Is there anything in there that you want to bring to the surface that you want to heal? I say bring to the surface because remember, we're going to continue until the end, till the number 13, till Saturday, with that Emish energy. So anything that you feel is not clear or I've had trouble trying to figure out how to solve this situation within that family unit, Saturday would be a really good day for that. So definitely maybe set aside some time for that. All right. Night Daughter Oracle said Tolkien like Lord of the Rings. No, it's Tolkien. It's TZ. Uh, so it's the name of the calendar. And the Gregorian calendar that we have in mind would be the Hep calendar, known as the sun calendar, whereas the Tzolk'in calendar is a lunar calendar. So, okay, let's go into the herb of the week because I know that a lot of you guys are my little green witchies out there, and some of you guys don't consider yourselves witchies. That's fine. There are just many of you that are botanists, herbalists, love to, work with our plant allies. And so I'm here for you with that one. Okay, let me grab my herbs here. And la ti da. All right. Guess what I have? I have oats, you guys. Surely you guys can get your hands on some oats. Maybe it's a Quaker oats or some other off-brand oats, or perhaps there are oats that are growing wild around where you live. I know that we have some around here, but there are many things that you can do with oats. Let's start with the physical before we get into the magical. So, physically speaking, there are many people that like to have oatmeal or, things like that because it's actually low on the glycemic index. So, people who are suffering from diabetes or high blood pressure, things like that, where they need to regulate, let's say, their sugar levels. Low glycemic index means it takes longer for the body to absorb and move through the carbs that are within it so that you don't get that insulin spike, which is pretty bad for people that have type 2 diabetes. So, this is really good for that. Also helps to stave off hunger for a while because it does keep you full. As my mom would say, it sticks to your ribs. So, so you can have yourselves a little bit of oatmeal, maybe put a little honey in there for a little extra. But honey is actually also a really good antiseptic and really good for the throat. So you can add that. I put in a little bit of brown sugar and sometimes coconut milk. Right now I have cashew milk, so I'll put cashew milk in there. But yeah, so good for the body. But magically speaking, it's used for spells in terms of money or wealth. Anything that you want to bring into abundance. So, like I said, you could use it in a food, because that's oftentimes how I work my magic is I bake my magic into things. I set my intention with my ingredients, with my, plant allies and the foods that I'm working with, while also infusing light into them. That's very important, you guys. Make sure that you're always, 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 no matter what it is you're eating or drinking, infuse light into it. Infuse light frequency. It's kind of like maybe if you wanted to do Reiki on it, but all the foods that you eat so that they provide your body with the best nutrients possible so that you can move forward in health, but also energetically as well. So yeah, maybe you guys want to make some oatmeal or oatmeal cookies, maybe oatmeal muffins. Maybe you just want to burn this as an incense. That would be really nice. Sometimes I put oats in my tea. I'll make certain teas, not just with oats, but with other things as well. Like I've done one with vanilla, jasmine, oats, and Earl Grey. It was actually a really good tea. So I don't know. You guys can experiment and let me know. But that is our herb for this week. Happy little oats. Okie dokie. Excuse me. Let's go back here. Susie says, love the herb of the week. The night daughter is like, ooh, yum. Lisa said, I have some oats in the kitchen. What is up? Night daughter said, my favorite cookies are oatmeal raisins. Sounds delicious. And Lisa said, really good slow burn energy. This is very true. And James said, I'm currently changing my insulin and it's really being harsh on me. I'm going to try oats in my diet. Excellent. Night daughter said, my sweet tooth is making me hungry. Hey, speaking of sweet teeth, I have a tooth that I'm gonna have extracted actually. I think it's also gonna be on Dana's birthday. But there's just so many people who've been having some weird like teeth issues, but mostly on the left-hand side, which I think is odd. And it's everybody's back teeth. And for me, my crown had actually fallen out. And I decided, you know what? Let's just replace it with an implant. So I don't have to deal with that crown anymore. So we're gonna take that whole tooth out. We're just gonna put an implant in there. But yeah, my sweet tooth's gonna fall out. um, see, Susie said, James, sending you wellness and healing. Yes, yes. Heather said, that's good though. Slow burn to start out Aries season. Exactly. Heather said, stability instead of a bonfire. You know what? We could have stability and a bonfire. um, Liesel said, I have a symbiotic relationship with my herb plants. I feel them and they feed me. Or you feed them and they feed you. Susie said, I may have to try the incense. Great tip. Oh, Susie coming in with one of the newer little emojis there. And Janine said, oatmeal raisin, Bices, yummy. Heather said, my son and I have an issue with the crown too. It's so wild. Yeah, man. Luckily, I had a root canal in that tooth, so I don't feel anything. So the dentist was saying, if I did still have the nerve in there, he said, man, you would be in a lot of pain. But fortunately, I don't feel anything. It's just when it fell out, I was like, oh, there's a crown here. So yeah, we'll get that all fixed up. No worries. Night daughter said, I need my wisdom teeth removed, but the cost is expensive. It is. And oftentimes, even when I did have dental insurance, which I don't have now, it was never good. Even when I was a teacher and I had dental insurance, it was like everything was considered cosmetic. So the insurance would never cover it. And I'm like, what am I supposed to just walk around with like little gummers? Like, what do you want me to do? So, yeah, most everything in my mouth I've had to pay for out of pocket, but what ifs? What ifs? And Susie sending healing for Heather as well and her son. Lisa wants porridge now. And Bryce said, wild, I'm having issues with my left side wisdom teeth lately. See, I'm telling you. Okay. Huh? Yeah. I need to tell you guys some of the stuff I tapped into, but definitely always, go inwards, let your intuition speak to you as well. But I'll just share what my intuition said about the teeth. Heather said, I meant just my son. Sorry, I'm good. My eyes are watering over here for some reason. My eyes have been watering a lot lately. I thought it was the wind or dry eye. I'm not sure, but I've been having really watery eyes past few days. Okay, so teeth on the left-hand side. As we know, the left-hand side of the body is the divine feminine side. It's the side of our emotions. It's the side of our intuition. It also represents in physicality the females in our life. It also represents the feminine side of us, no matter what our gender is. And so the teeth, whenever symbolically, what they mean is when we lose a tooth or we have issues with the teeth, it's dealing with death, transition, and rebirth. And my tooth actually fell out last Saturday. And right now it's just kind of temporarily put back in. But a lot of us are going through that death, rebirth, and transition lately. And it having to do with the divine feminine or with the females in the family or with our intuition, our emotions. And I think we're beginning to understand our emotions on a different level. It's also bringing to light emotions that we've kept hidden. Remember that Emish energy I was talking about for this week, where things that we've ignored either on a conscious or subconscious level are coming to the surface. And oftentimes it's being shown in physicality, which is in our teeth. And of course, in a 3D sense, we could have an explanation for it. We say, oh, well, the cement for the crown, you know, didn't work anymore and hence the crown fell off, or the tooth was in decay and there was nothing for the crown to stick to anymore, so it fell out. Of course, yes, in the 3D sense there's always going to be some sort-ish explanation, for anyone's medical condition or what's going on in our teeth. But if we want to look at it energetically, our bodies are speaking to us in the physical because it doesn't know any other way to capture our attention. So when my tooth fall out, you got my attention. So I ask my body, what are you trying to say? What's going on? So the tooth, my body would say, you're in the middle of releasing, you're letting go. That tooth that is mostly gone because it's just a crown is in decay, meaning there is a part of my old life that is in decay. And I'm trying so desperately to hold on to it. I even had that choice with the dentist, and I felt that it was not only literal, but it was symbolic, where the dentist asked me, you have two options for that tooth of yours. Either I can try my best and stick a post down in your tooth and try to save that tooth with every ounce of my energy, but I guarantee you there's not much of that tooth left. I don't know if I can save it. Or the other option is we take it out and we start anew. And that's the literal thing that's going on. In I would say energetically or symbolically, it's what is going on in my life that I have the option to fiercely hold on to, even though it's in decay, even though it's no longer serving me, and my crown is literally popping out saying, "What are you doing, girl? Why are you trying to hold on to this old stuff?" Um, and I think that it's kind of funny that it's also the tooth that had the root canal in it because the nerve has been deadened, meaning there's something that I've been trying to cover, that I've been trying to deaden, that I've been trying to not feel, that now my body's trying to be like, hey, no more, no more covering, like with a crown, no more covering anymore. No more trying to ignore what's going on. There's a change coming on. There's rebirth coming on. So I've opted in the physical sense to let's do something new. Let's do something different. Let's just stick a brand new tooth in there. Where also in my life, I mean, a lot of shadows have been coming up, kind of like the things with my teeth. And so it's all about healing. What am I still holding on to? And I know now, with all this like shadow after shadow, that I'm fiercely holding on to an older version of me. And I'm scared to, well, my ego's scared, not the real me. My ego's scared to find out what would happen if I didn't have that version of me anymore. Like, would I still have my personality? Would I still be the same person? And my higher self's like, no, you wouldn't be the same person, but you'd be a better version of the person that you are now because it's the real version of you. And so I'm kind of thinking that's what our teeth are trying to tell us, that we've been holding on to something that no longer serves us. And perhaps it's emotions that we've not been listening to because it is on our left side, that we've been stuffing down, and we've gotten so used to stuffing it down and pretending it doesn't exist that we're not even consciously aware of those emotions anymore because our subconscious is just doing it for us. So I, encourage you guys to, yes, continue to take care of your bodies the best way that you can, with whoever that you go to for health, and continue to look inwards. Continue to ask your own intuition, your body, what are you trying to tell me, during this time? So, all right, you guys, I just felt like I had to express that. All right, so let's go back here. Um, yeah, just everybody with the teeth. Oh my goodness. Um, Susie said, "Good, Tara. Glad to hear." Um, and Night Daughter said, "You, Paula, Hecate's Crossing, and Cherry Enchantress are the best at lives." Oh, thank you, thank you. Susie said, "I appreciate all this wisdom, like wisdom teeth." um, yes, starting anew, sending hugs to all of us. Yes, Susie, thank you, thank you. Lisa sending her hugs out. Silverstar said, "This happened to me in a different way. I went to the eye doctor finally. Then I got a prescription glasses now because I wasn't seeing with my physical eyes. I have astigmatism in my left eye." Interesting. Yeah, I have a astigmatism too, but I believe it's in my right eye. My dad has it in his left eye. I have it in my right eye. Um, but so far hasn't caused me any issues. I still have 2015 vision, which is considered Hawkeye vision because it's better than 2020. And so I'll just hope my little eyeballs just stay that way. um, James said, "Thank you, Susie. Appreciate that." And Silverstar says, "I'm quite happy. I can see now. Didn't realize how bad my eyes were." Susie said, "I hear you." All right. So yeah, like I said, everybody's got some stuff coming up. But remember, yes, we have to take care of our bodies and our teeth, but we also have to ask our body, what are you trying to tell me? Yes, physically, I understand there's something wrong, but on the energetic level, what are you trying to tell me? You have my attention, man. Lisa said, "I just got new glasses. It's marvelous. My old ones weren't cutting it anymore." And James said, Susie, we got little pots of oats here. Just add hot water. Seems an easy way to get them. Oh, well, that's cool. Very nice. All right, you guys. Are you ready to slang some cards? Are you ready for a little channeling, a little bringing down messages? I encourage you guys to go grab your decks or your runes or get yourself nice and grounded so you can channel some messages along with us. That's why I do these live chats. That's why I don't make just a video with me talking about the message for the week, but I like the lives because I like the interaction. I like you guys being able to share your guidance, your intuition. What messages are you guys bringing down? Because it definitely helps people who watch the replay. You know, they hear not only the messages that, I have here, but also what you guys have to say. So thank you to everybody who always participates in that. All right, let's see. What deck do I want to use? I have a few decks here. I'll let you guys go grab your decks and definitely let us know what you're using. But I have my Wally's World here. Always do. And the link for my Wally's World is down below in case you're interested. I also have the Animal Apothecary, which is one of my newer decks. So I plunked down a little cash, get me a little deck. Also, I have the Lavender Love Oracle from my girl V Love and Crystals. She's kind of been out and about on and off on social media, but I want to give a little shout out to her because I absolutely love all the decks that she creates. She has actually quite a few in her Etsy shop, which is V Love and Crystals. Definitely check it out. She has two channels here on YouTube. It's V Love and Crystals and V Love and Tarot. So if you're interested, definitely go look her up. I also have my Vision Quest tarot here, which I used with a friend of ours that came over to visit last night. And I have the Nature Speak Oracle. So let's see, who do I want to use? I want to use Vision Quest. Yeah, let's do that. And Wally. All right, Vision Quest and Wally's World. So I think I will do that. Okay, let's see. Susie said, James, that is lovely, cool. And Night Daughter told Lisa, I'm thinking of changing my frames. Oh, very nice. Lisa's like, new frames can be a whole new look. You know, my mom used to say that every time she got new glasses. Susie has the Energy Oracle cards today by Sandra Ann Taylor. Excellent. Bryce says, I have the El Camino Oracle and Dios de los Tres tarot out on my table today. I love the Dios de los Tres, the three gods. Susie giving a shout out to V Love and Crystals. Night Daughter says, I don't feel called to use cards today, but lyrics. I love it. There we go. Heather says, I'm absolutely loving the Wally's World. Thank you. I love it. Such a beautiful deck. Yay. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, Heather recently got a Wally's World. And yeah, I'm glad he's working for you. Okay. So let's see. What do we have cooked up this week? Yeah, Lisa's like, V is awesome. She is. She has such a fun personality. I love her energy. I love the messages that she brings down. She's a great person. All right. So Wally, if you don't know who Wally is, he's my little puma. He actually lives with my ex-boyfriend down in San Diego with his brother Loki. So Wally and Loki. But fortunately, energy does not know space or time, so I still connect to my cats every single day. And Wally pops in from time to time to say hello to his mummy. Okay, let's see what Wally has to say. Oh, okay, I got you, little boy. Okay, for this week, we pulled the moon card. And actually, this is a photo that I took of the moon. And by the way, when our last full moon that we had, I was so excited to take pictures out here on the property because it just seems like it's bigger when, we're at like over 6,500 feet here in the mountains. And the moon just looks so much bigger, and I could get such clarity on my DSLR. It was so cool. So I can't wait to get my telescope out of storage because I can hook my DSLR up to my telescope and get like even more close to what's going on in our sky, like maybe some of the planets, maybe Mars, maybe Venus. You know, I think it'll be fun. Let's see. Silver Star said, I do say I bought a few of her decks. I've been on a don't look at decks. I know I look at my decks in my wish list on Amazon and some of the indie decks out there, and I'm like, I'm just gonna look. I'm just gonna look. Susie said, a little note flew out of my deck about Mookite Jasper. Calms the mind. I will grab my piece today. There you go. James said, that's awesome. Susie said, love that card. Night Oracle has the song lyrics for us. Tired of all these people talking, tired of being used. If you want to break these walls down, you're going to get bruised. Castle by Halsey. James pulled the moon last night too. That is synchronicity. Janine said they're Phantom Wise Tarot and the Divine Circus Oracle cards. All right. Long hair, skinny Ito. What up? How are you? Susie drew the seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel. Wow. Okay, so let's see what Wally has to say about this. Okay, so this seems more like a quick message, but Wally letting us know that just because information hasn't been presented to us, either externally or even internally, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So to clarify, if there, let's talk about the external first. If there is a topic that a lot of people are talking about, and you go and listen to one side of that topic, you listen to the other side of the topic, and then you go and make a decision from there, Wally's saying you may still not have all of the information, even if you are looking at both sides. Sometimes there is a middle that isn't being looked at. And this is, again, where we go inwards and we ask for guidance from our higher self. Point me in the direction where I may access more information on this particular topic before making an informed decision. Because sometimes, especially depending on the topic, people might have what they believe to be the truth and what they're speaking. But remember, everybody's truth is dependent on their human perspective, our programming, our shadows, our upbringing, what falls into alignment with their ego. And so they may not be trying to be deceptive in any way, but they are just speaking their truth. And of course, that's what we want people to do, is to speak their truth. Let us know your opinions. But we shouldn't allow the truths of others to become our truth simply because we don't want to look any further than their truths. So this is going into the middle, walking the neutral line, going that step further beyond what people are saying, beyond what you're hearing, beyond what you're seeing, and going within so that you may be guided to find the access and the information that you need. Now, talking about going inwards, saying, well, if my intuition hasn't told me about something yet, then perhaps it doesn't exist. Not necessarily. Sometimes we haven't asked the right questions. Sometimes we haven't gotten to a part in our healing process where we're ready to hear certain truths from our intuition. Everything goes along with our frequency, what we're aligned with, and what we're ready to hear at that time. And so continue asking questions, as many as you can, in as many different ways as you can, of yourself without judgment. Just like we do with our outer world, as within, so without. All right. Whew. Thank you, Wally. And oh, if you're wondering where Wally is in this card, he's actually up here in the upper corner of my roses. And those are actually pictures of my roses from my rose garden back in San Diego. But yeah, oh, that's interesting. Did I just have a new freckle pop up? Interesting. All right. So to kind of go off of that, I want to pull a couple cards from Vision Quest. Okay, let's see what you guys got here. Bree said, or Bry said, I pulled the trickster from the El Camino Oracle, ties in nicely with the illusion aspect of the moon. Night Daughter said, just got a notice on my phone, 5 planets align in the sky tomorrow. Oh, wow. And then Lisa said, Bloodawed, number 33, reclaim your true self, reclaim parts that have been taken prisoners, choose freedom of self-expression. Phew. Susie said, tomorrow's a good day with Mercury and Jupiter meeting, Caitlin. And Bryce said, Justice and the Three of Pentacles. Janine said, Phantom Wise Tarot, Divine Circus Oracle. And Susie said, love and inspiration from spirits. Thank you, Susie. Heather said, I pulled from Wally's World. If you find yourself in a state of panic or anxiety, take a moment to step back. Allow yourself to breathe. Take in the beauty that is all around you. That is awesome. Janine said, Susie, for you, Temperance and the Juggler. Night Daughter said, to the praying mother and worried father, let your children go. If they'll come back stronger. And if they don't, you'll know. The River by Good Charlotte. And Susie said, right now, balance is needed. Angela, hello. She said, hello, everyone. Good to see you all today. I'm here with hugs and poems to brighten up everyone's day. Sending so much love. Everyone's away. Yay. Thank you, Angela. I'm digging it. Okay, so let's pull a couple more cards just to see if we get anything else kind of going off of what Wally was saying. Diamonds joining the group. Hello, Tara. Internet services having issues because of neighbors with illegal servers in abundance of interference. Trying to find out what is going on. Oh my goodness. Janine said both cards, things in the hands, things to manage and deal with. Interesting. Okay. Man, when the clouds come over, it sure does get a little cold here. But only my hands, so that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna move this. It's a little bit of limited space here, so I'm just making room. Okay, so according to Vision Quest, let's see here. Oh, Susie said, Janine, you are spot on. Thank you. Angela said, hello, Susie, Silver Star, Tara. It makes me smile to see you guys. You light up the world, not just the room. Keep shining. Thank you, Angela. So sweet. Okay, so we have Clown, which would be the Fool card. We also have the Three of Air, which is like the Three of Swords, and we have Doubt. And Susie got Shamuel, third chakra for you, Janine. All right, so let's see what else they're trying to say, going off of this moon card that we got from Wally. Okay, so it's also just kind of a quick little ditty coming in, but a reminder that some people wonder, how do you strengthen the intuition? How do you get that connection to the higher self? You know, some people are like, wow, it's amazing. Some people just seem to know things and they just, create these wonderful manifestations for themselves. They seem to have such a deep connection with their higher self. And really, it's through strengthening their intuitive muscle, just like we strengthen our muscles in a gym. We could also strengthen our intuitive muscles. And the way that we do that is by listening to the intuition. It's always that gut instinct, that first thing that comes to mind before the ego lays the smack down and says, no, 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 that doesn't make logical sense because. And of course, in the 3D, you know, it won't make a logical sense to the ego, because the ego, its arena is the third dimension. It is our physical world. But like I said, we're not just physical beings. We are these infinite, energetic, beautiful, powerful beings within these human vessels. And so, next time the logic or the ego wants to override what your intuition is saying, you have to consciously make the choice to listen to the intuition, even though the ego is like, put on the brakes. What are you doing? That's crazy. People are going to think you're crazy. It doesn't make any sense. And just do it. Just like the Fool card here, you just have to go with it. Because if we continue to put the intuition in a corner, nobody puts baby in a corner. But yeah, if we continue to put the intuition in a corner, the intuition will never gain its footing. It'll never be strong enough or loud enough for you to hear and help you in your navigation of this world, of your life here. So with this week, it's just a little practice. Do a little practice this week of next time something comes up and you have that little niggle in your stomach. Sometimes people feel it in their heart. Sometimes people, just kind of feel it in their head. Wherever it is you feel that intuition, go with it. No matter what your ego is saying, go with it. And it may be scary at first, but the more you do it, the more confidence you have in your intuition, the stronger it gets, the louder it gets, and the clearer your path, or at least your next step, will be. All right, let's see. What did you guys get? Angela said, clowning around is fun, it's true, but too many jokes aren't good for you. They may distract you from inner pain, but if people think you can't take anything seriously, they greet you with disdain. Ooh. Bri said, when you pulled the 3 of Swords, I pulled the 2 and 4. Lots of swords energy. It's that communication energy, how to communicate with ourselves, the world around us, but also our ego. Wow. Susie said, completion and desires for Janine. Angela said, learn when to joke and when to cut it out. Read the room, it makes it easier, or just about. The Night Daughter said, open eyes, I can see what is in front of me. Open mind, imagining what I will be. Open eyes from the live action Bratz movie soundtrack. Angela's like, I used to have Bratz dolls. I didn't know there was a movie. By the way, you guys, it's snowing. How is that possible? Is this a snow cloud? I think we have another snow cloud. It'll pass. This is so crazy. It's spring. What is going on? Angela's like, also, Night Daughter Oracle, your name is amazing. And Night Daughter said, thank you. I named myself after the Greek goddess of night, Nyx. Susie said, yes, fear is the enemy to all of us. I remind myself daily. Victory. Silver Star's like, it's snowing here. I'm like, what the deuce? I'm like, what is this white stuff falling from the sky? I guess you guys can see it on my hat a little bit. This is crazy. But there's like blue in the sky. It's like, all right. Weird times indeed. Let's see. Diamond said the server is being interrupted by overpowering users in the neighborhood. Too many satellite dishes are being used in one house. Oh my gosh, that is. I hate when people are inconsiderate. Oh, I feel for you, girl. Joyful Dolphin said, I am all that I can be. Yes. Angela said, Nyx is so cool. She's so zen. I work with Thanatos, one of her sons, quite a bit. Very cool. Diamond's like, snowing, whereabouts? Here on the property, up in the mountains. So we're in the White Mountains, actually, in Arizona. But yeah, it's snowing right now. I mean, if you look up, there's just like some interesting clouds up there and snow. So, okay then. All right. So we'll just have a little snow during this broadcast. That's cool. Just keep it off my legs. I don't want to get cold. Okay. If it gets too bad, I'll go into the shed, but I don't think it may be one of those 20-minute snows. Hold on. Let me zip up my jacket. And just said, I also love your hat. The beadwork reminds me of a story I used to read as a kid. Oh, very cool. Night Daughter said, don't catch a cold. Hey, no worries. I'm always the last person to ever get sick. I have the immune system of a raccoon crossed with a possum. Uh, all right. Okay, okay. Let's get into the special question then for this week. I'm just making sure like my the water isn't going to destroy my cards or anything. Okay, so the special question, if you're wondering what the special question is, over on okay, now it's just hail. It's not snow, it's hail now. That's cool. So over on my YouTube channel, I post a poll. I ask 4 questions and then ask people to vote on those 4 questions. The question they would like me to pull cards for in the Sunday live chat. And so I ask that of my public poll, but I also ask the same for my Patreons and my YouTube members. And basically tallying up all the votes. And basically, if you're a YouTube member or patron, you get more votes. But I just kind of look at the winning question based on everybody's votes. So I have the winning question here. Let's go back. Silver Star is just laughing. And just like about a little girl given a wishing necklace. She was told only to use it when the time was right. And she used it to save her favorite horse in the pasture from dying during fowling rather than wishing for the horse she wanted. And the fowl laws was born with a star on her, or the fowl was born with a star on her forehead that matched the necklace and was given to her in the end. That's so cool. Liesl said, regular rain here. It's sunny where Susie is. Diamond's like, wow, but a clear day. I know, like, look, there's like sunshine up there and there's snow. It's snowing with the sun out. Okay. So the winning question, you guys, this is the one that seemed like everybody wanted, and it was, what is the purpose of our human chakras? Yeah, so foal, not foul. Yes. So like little horse, a baby horse. Okay, so what is the purpose of our human chakras? That's a good question if I do say so myself. All right, hold on. Just want to make sure I don't want to disrupt the microphone because I have my jacket zipped. There we go. Okay, so the purpose of our human chakras. Let's take a look-ski. What deck do I want to use? Ooh, I know. I want to use the Animal Apothecary. Okay, dude, this is just wild. There's snow falling from the blue sky. Like I can see it coming down. That is just wow. I wish you guys were here. um, let's see. Lisa said the clock's just changed to British summertime here. It's bloomin' freezing. I know. Here, I'm like, what the heck, man? It's supposed to be spring. Angela said, do you have a chakra deck? I have decks that have the chakras in it. I just don't have the chakra deck on us. Susan's like, hashtag burning sage. Yes. Angela said that happens here in Colorado at times. I love the looks like falling glitter on the camera. Yeah, I'm like, I hope you guys can see it. Oh, it's slowing down now. But okay. Animal Apothecary, let's dive into this. What is the purpose of our human chakras? And that I brought up that question because there are other belief systems out there that the chakras is just another form of control. It is just a control system on basically how to keep tabs on the human being and control our way of being and thinking. Other people think that they're quite beneficial. They're just energy centers for our humanness, and that we can tap into those energy centers and correct any sort of imbalances. Other people say that the chakras are what cause the imbalances. Some people go through energetic treatments to have their chakras removed. Some people, that would be a horrifying idea, but let's see through my intuition just what messages we get with that, because I honestly don't know. I don't want to influence the answer one way or another. I just want to hear it directly from source. So shuffling up the cards here. Janine said, interesting cards, Bri. All right. Okay, looks like we have our card. Yeah, sun. Come on, sunshine. Warm it up, baby. Do it. Do it. My hands are freezing, man. Okay. Oh, interesting. We have focus on the big picture. And that's some interesting art there, especially with the hawk, which I saw a falcon and a hawk the other day. And we have the lighthouse illuminating the bee. And we do have some various colors here in the rainbow, kind of like the chakras. So interesting. But we'll definitely have to dive into this. Joyful Dolphin said, "Ee!" Susie said, watch Disney Soul sometime. Night Daughter said, the only thing you can rely on is that you can't rely on anything. Don't go and sell your soul for self esteem. Plasticine by Placebo. Susan said she loves this question. Angela said, chakras, the inner rainbow that's within 7 colors, 7 spectrums for harmony. With you may work with some more than others. Start out with your favorite color. Favorites mean something to you. Aw. Joyful Dolphin said rainbow. Yes. Okay. Let's go into this one. Okay. Okay. So my higher self was showing me like a diagram of a human. And the 7, it looked like buttons. Like we could press a button for the crown chakra, press a button for the third eye, for the throat, for the heart, so on and so forth. And my higher self was saying, when people talk about a chakra being out of balance, that the energy is out of balance. And oftentimes people associate energy with our energetic soul. So, in essence, they're saying the soul is out of balance. The soul, my root soul is out of balance. My sacral soul is out of balance. My heart soul is out of balance. And my higher self is saying that the energy of your soul can never be out of balance. It's always within the balance it was meant to be in during your incarnation here on earth. Thus, the higher self is saying that the chakras are directly connected to the ego program, which is a part of your human experience. And so, when that program is not in alignment with the perfect energy, which can never be unbalanced, that is your soul, then there is a disconnect and it'll show up in the chakras. However, if the soul, your higher self, your essence, were truly to be uncontained, it would help naturally to align what the human is out of alignment with. I'm trying to ask for clarification because even that I'm having a hard time understanding. Okay. My higher self is trying to re explain. The chakras are not a malicious thing, quote unquote. They're not bad, quote unquote, but they do keep the soul restricted in a sense while it's within its human vessel. And that restriction does lead to a harder time accepting one's true form, one's true essence, It is harder for the human to navigate their 3D world. It is harder for the human to connect to their intuition because these safeguards or almost like doors are in place. On the positive side, we can see it as trying to anchor something that is infinite into something that is finite, like a human being. But we could also see it as a shrinking, a stumping, a binding of that higher self. If there were energies that were nefarious with nefarious agendas, they could utilize the chakras that are in place to continue to lead the human around without interference from their higher self. So, remembering that there's shadow and light in everything, yes, you could use them to bridge the gap between the infinite and the finite, but they could also be used as a form of control. What the human wishes to do with their chakras is part of their free will. Some would wish to be free of those confines. Others have learned to work with their chakras. That choice is up to you and cannot be made for you. Whew. All right. Ooh, my hand is cold too. Oh my goodness. Well, that was interesting. I might have to meditate on that one. That was really interesting. Let me go back to what you guys were saying. Bryce said I pulled Benedictiones, blessing from the Oracle deck, and Knave of Cups, Knave of Swords, and Ace of Swords. Oh my gosh, all the swords, dude. Wow, Bryce said, makes me think that it's a system bestowed upon us to help us navigate through our human nature to reach for something divine. And Susie said, love is the answer. Night Daughter said, we are like islands surrounded by the dark. You are my ocean. Keep my treasure in your heart. Halo, We're the Only One by Jack Strifey. And Joyful Dolphin said, pressure points. And Susie said, love to you all. She drew cornucopia number 11, and it is almost 11:11. Birds and Hearts from Joyful Dolphin. Bryce said, makes sense as a way to contain massive amounts of energy into a human form. And Susie said, wishes fulfilled. My daughter said, you are pulled from the wreckage in your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here. Angel by Sarah McLachlan. And Heather, like, it was like, that was interesting. Wow. And Susie said, it does resonate. Joyful Dolphin said, love. Like I said, I might have to meditate on that one later. Uh, Maybe so I can understand it a little bit better and so I can make a better informed decision. Remember, we're in that week of Emish, so I want to bring some stuff to light that maybe I haven't asked those types of questions before. So maybe it's time for me to ask more questions about my chakras. Lisa said my spirit guide pulled 3 cards for me. There's a lot of water, all connected with mystery, mastery, and healing. Interesting. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So, let me grab a new deck. You know what? Let's grab V11 Crystal's deck. All right. For the viewers poll, sometimes I come up with 2 questions. Sometimes I have you guys come up with 2 questions. Um, but I have an Okay. I've come up with 2 questions, but they're very, very simple questions. So it's really just picking like one side or the other. I'll do my little Jeopardy music, and the way you guys do your voting is you vote with emojis. So if you like my first question, you can vote with a red heart emoji, or if you don't have, you're not on a cell phone and you're near a computer, you could just type the words red heart. If you like the second question that I posed, then give me a green heart emoji or type the words green heart, and then I'll count them up. And so whoever has more hearts, like either more red hearts or more green hearts, that'll be the question that I pull a card from V Love and Crystal's Lavender Love Oracle. But here's the question. Okay. Let's see. Let's look at what you guys said. Angela said, I always felt like the favorite colors were aligned with important chakras for you. Wow, yeah. So if you like one color more, maybe check where it correlates. Black is colorless and white is the full spectrum. Um, and they often say actually in art that black is all of the colors combined, and that's what creates the color black. It's a combination of everything. So that's interesting. Um, okay, so here's the poll. Get ready to vote. Question number 1, a message from the left side of your body, the divine feminine. So if you like that question, give us a message from the left side of the body, the divine feminine. Go ahead and vote with a red heart emoji or type in the words red heart. The other side, a message from the right side of the body or the divine masculine. If you want to hear a message from that, go ahead and vote with a green heart emoji or just type in the words green heart. All right. So you guys go ahead, get your vote on. The Night Daughter said, yes, he's great. He doesn't sing much anymore, unfortunately. All right. So here we go. Coming in. Superstar says, I'm over here listening, trying to get ready. I'm going to have to ponder on the chakra question this week. Yeah, me too. All right. So votes are coming in. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right. Angela's like, we could vote while I wait. All right, so let's count them up. Let's start with the red hearts. So here we go. Red heart coming in from long hair, skinny eye, toe. Angela coming in with a red heart. Susie coming in with a red heart. Joyful Dolphin coming in with a red heart. Lisa coming in with a red heart. Silver Star coming in with a red heart. All right, so I believe that's 6. All right, let's count up our green hearts. Bri coming in with a green heart. Michelle coming in with a green heart. So I believe it's 6-2. All right, 6-2. So all right. So again, those questions, the red heart emoji was a message from the left-hand side of the body or the divine feminine. And the green hearts were a message from the divine masculine or the right hand side of the body. So it looks like the majority wanted to hear from the left hand side of the body. So our divine feminine, again, having nothing to do with our gender, but more of the energy that's within each and every one of us. So, all right, red it is, as Susie says. All right, divine feminine, left hand side, left hand side. What do you have for us? Left hand side of our body. What do you have for us? And it seems like so many of us are having issues on the left-hand side of the body, the left-hand side of the mouth, the left teeth, the left eye. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Just putting these away so they don't fly out. All right, so we have our card. Let's see. Janine also had the green heart. So yeah, 623. Night Daughter says, do I need to refresh? The video is still frozen. Oh no. Michelle snuck in and Susie said, yes, probably time to refresh. And she said, okay, just a second. Okay, so here's our card. Are you guys ready? From our divine feminine left-hand side of our physical body. What's it trying to say? We got disco ball, free spirit, pleasure and amusement, and an abrupt ending to your fun. Okay, so let's dive into this one. Suppression. That's like the first word that was coming through. And as I'm viewing the left-hand side of the body, which is our divine feminine, I'm seeing the Koyopa energy, which in my belief is our life force energy. It's what gives life to our birth charts. It's what gives life to us. It's what gives life to the planet. It's an intense, sometimes chaotic energy. It's just boiling over with creativity. It's throwing life in every direction without structure, without form. It can be a wildly intense energy. But oftentimes it's our divine masculine that helps give that wild and creative energy structure so that we can funnel it into our 3D experience. However, with this coming up and us asking to look into that divine feminine side, that left side of the body, that somehow, either at a conscious or subconscious level, we fear that unbridled, unrestrained, chaotic, intuitive, creative, lustful energy. Either we were taught to fear it as children, and we learned it from members of our society, members from our religions that we follow, members from our family. And this has created an imbalance to the point where the physical body is crying out on the left hand side that the divine masculine, being used by our own free will to suppress as much as possible that wild, chaotic, sometimes stormy, divine feminine nature. Instead of funneling it into something creative and something beautiful, something that we can create into the 3D, it's been locked away altogether. It's been shut down. It's been told you're too much, you're too loud, you're too boastful. Your creativity isn't warranted here. Your fanciful ideas don't make masculine logical sense. And so we've shut down this part of ourselves. Some of us strive to balance our divine feminine with our divine masculine. But as we work in this week of Emish, in the week of the moon, of things that are hidden to us, we need to look below the surface. What aspect of our subconscious, of our core beliefs, are restraining the voice of my divine feminine, are suppressing certain emotions that I wasn't even aware were there, suppressing certain healing that sometimes we aren't even aware of at a conscious level because it's getting suppressed at a subconscious level by our divine masculine. But if we've had this choice and we're consciously or subconsciously doing this to ourselves, then we can make the conscious decision to rebalance it, to get to know the divine feminine, to get to know our chaotic, sometimes emotional, intuitive, turbulent nature. And the more we can understand it, the more we can use it within balance with our divine masculine. But that side of us has been shut down to such a degree that it's becoming volatile. And so all this side of your body is asking is for acknowledgement, for healing, and for it to be freed in order for it to become balanced. All right. Wow. Wow. That's quite the message. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's look at what you guys were saying here. Do, do, do. Angela says it's still glitched over here. Oh no. And then just refresh. Dana, what is up? How are you? Dana's like, sorry, wrong smiley face. Dana comes in. Hey, everybody. Oh my gosh. Hey, Dana, how are you? My girl, you crack me up. Oh, Susie said, Dana, beautiful. And Angela said, now it's here. Dana said, hi, night daughter. Susie said, happy to see you. Um, Dana said, OMG, I can't wait to rewatch. Thank you so much, Tara. Dana, we'll have to definitely do one, especially for you next week when your birthday comes up. Janine said, I did drop a heavy mirrored box on my foot a few weeks ago. My left foot. Oh my goodness. Susie sending Janine some healing energy. And Night Daughter said, should I ask myself in the water what a warrior would do? Tell me underneath my armor, am I loyal, brave, and true? Loyal, Brave, and True by Christina Aguilera from the live action Mulan soundtrack. Joyful Dolphin over there. Lisa said, fantastic message. Everybody liking it. Night Daughter said, connection is bad. I just froze again. Hold on. Oh no. Anna, my eyes are watering. Just like Heather says, her eyes have been watering. Mine have been watering a lot too. My goodness, more than usual. Joyful said, I'm in pain. My back hurts. Well, hopefully we can send some good stuff your way with our healing, which is coming up shortly, actually. We've gotten to the point in our live chat where I will pull some cards for our super stickers and super chats. You'll see a little like dollar sign button at the bottom of your screen if you want to participate in that. You don't have to if you don't want to, but some people don't mind having a card pulled. I'm going to grab my deck here. But I have the Nature Speak Oracle if anybody wants me to pull a card for them. Again, just a little donation through Super Chat, Super Stickers. But if you want something that's a little bit more detailed, like a more in-depth reading, I definitely have readings up on my website, kittensweightsandtarot.com. So you can check that out if you're interested. I would love to do a Mayan birth chart for anybody if you're interested. I have a few readings actually after our live chat today. So I will get to those. But yeah, let's take a look at our readings here. Oh, birthday card pull for Silver Star for Heather. You got it, girl. Janine says it's not guaranteed. I can listen to your lives all the time, but Tara kind of liking how long they're. Such interesting topics you cover. Love the randomness. Well, thank you. Oh, and thank you, Bri. All right, we'll definitely pull a card for you. Kayla, what is up, Chica? How are you? Janine's gonna be 50 in 2 weeks. Yay! Happy early birthday. Dana, I'll definitely pull a card for you as well. So many hellos going on. All right, so let's start off with our girl, Heather, and let's do a little birthday pull. Let's see, what do we got here? What do we got? The sun just needs to stay a little bit longer. Okay. So stay just a little bit longer. Oh, please, 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 please. I love my little sunshine. Okay. Birthday message for Heather. Oh, speaking of moons, we have Blue Moon, rare opportunity for Heather. Let's dive into this one. Birthday message. Okay. All right. All right. Actually, this was Heather about your higher self. As you know, you've identified it as a blue avian, and that this year, your birth year, this solar return is all about stepping into aspects of that higher self that perhaps you were a little too nervous to in previous years, a little too scared to, not sure where it would actually take you, not too sure if it would be quote unquote too much for others if you were to fully embrace um, the true you, your higher self, your soul. But this is an opportunity this year with all the shifts that Mama Gaia is going through and all the shifts that all her children are going through that would be, plants, animals, crystals, people, all of us, all the things that you have this opportunity to step into the higher self and it feeling more natural this time around. Whereas just where you were in your healing journey and where the energy of the earth was at that time in previous birthdays, it wasn't quite in alignment with where you needed to be, if that makes sense. Just on a soul's journey. Not to say that we shouldn't ever fully embrace our entire self, our soul, but you finally have this opportunity to be the real you. And as you step into that role of your soul, things that you thought were true about yourself start to fade away, the ones that have been keeping you from progressing further. There are other aspects of you that you weren't even privy to being there. You didn't even know they were there. So, by the end of this solar return, coming around to 2024, March of next year, when you look in the mirror, you're still going to see Heather, but you're going to see her with a whole new set of eyes, so to speak. One that would make your inner child very proud. All right. You got this, Heather. You got this, Heather. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. This is amazing. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. I missed some of your comments. Go back. Dana says, OMG, I have to do a Mayan reading with you, Tara. I would love to. Janine or Susie's wishing Janine a happy early birthday. And Dana said, OMG, look at the nines with me and Heather. Night Daughter Oracle, I'll definitely be happy to pull a card for you. Joyful Dolphin says, a white butterfly is flying by me. So cute. Love it. Diamond. I love the poop emoji. I'll definitely pull a card. Um, and Kayla, yes, a message for the month of April. You got it. Superstar says, it makes perfect sense. I don't want to give it away, but why I'll be making an announcement this week. I'm being called and my inner child is smiling so big. Diamond says, super sticker question. Will Tyler contact me soon? And does he like me? All right. And Janine, all right. I'll pull a card for you as well. Says a random hitting the half a century, 10th of April, please. All right. Susie said, Bri is next. I need to go back and write all these down. All right. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. And Night Daughter also making the list as well. Thank you so much, you guys. I kind of lose track. So, all right. So, Bri is next. Let me just go back here. All right. So, Bri, did you have a particular question or did you just want to see kind of like a message for your best and highest good coming through? Dana says, I've had a huge shift happen and would love to know a general message at this time. All right. You got it. Okay. So, yeah, Bri, let me know if you want. Oh, it says, curious about the job interview this week. Okay. All right. Let's do that. All right. Bri's job interview. Ooh. Okay. So we have Ivy, stretch and explore. Okay, so let me dive into this one, Bri. Okay. So your higher self is asking you to shift the perspective of your interview just a little bit. Shifting it from the perspective of, I'm going into this thing. I'm going into this interview and I want the people to like me. I have to do all I can to please them so that they like me, so that I can be joined into their club, so to speak, even though it's for a business. And instead shift the situation into, I would like to go in and practice my presentation skills. I would like to maybe practice speaking in a manner that sometimes I might be too shy to speak in. For instance, there are some people who are very introverted and they get very shy speaking about themselves or speaking around other people. But they would have an opportunity, let's say if they were in a job interview, to practice speaking in a way that they say is just not my style. I'm an introvert. I don't talk about myself. But practice doing what you think you can't do. Every time you tell yourself, I just don't do that. I can't do that. That's not part of my personality. You are continuing to make it true. But what if you did want to be someone who was gregarious? What if you did want to be somebody who was well spoken and could clearly convey to others what your abilities are, why you are important, why you would be an asset to their company or wherever it is you would be interviewing? If you really did want those things and be able to speak in that way, then tell yourself that you can. Because just like you tell yourself that you can't do certain things and you make it true, you can also tell yourself that you can do certain things and make it true. So, this is a wonderful chance to practice. And when you look at it as a practice of stretching yourself beyond what is comfortable, then it no longer becomes a nervous nail biting, I wonder if they'll like me, but more a chance for me to practice something. And so then it doesn't matter which way the interview goes. They may say, well, you presented yourself in a fabulous manner, but we feel that you wouldn't be a good fit at this time. And you would take that and you would be happy because you say, well, I was really honest about who I was. And I sure am glad I'm not getting into something where I wouldn't be a good fit for it because then I wouldn't be happy and they wouldn't be happy. Or the interview could go, thank you for being very clear about who you are. And we think you would be a fabulous fit for this company. And you would be happy and they would be happy. But either outcome, you would be okay with it because you look at it as a practice and a form of expansion rather as a form of judgment, whether you are good enough for someone else. And when you take that shift, when you practice that shift, your nerves will be lessened and you might actually feel better about how you present yourself, which is a feeling better overall, no matter what the outcome is. And so that's what your higher self truly wants for you at this time. Okay, so let's go back here. Um, all right, so they said Dana is next. Yeah, thank you guys. Diamond, all right. Night Daughter said double diamond. Okay. And Joyful Dolphin says, may I please have a card? I want to know what Sparkles is doing, please. Yeah, we have the super chats and super stickers. Bryce said, thank you so much. Exactly the message I needed to hear. Meeting the CEO feels so intimidating and I needed this boost. You got it. All right. So Susie said Dana is next. And Dana, I believe you said that there's a lot of shifts going on for you and you just kind of wanted a message about that. Okay. Let's get a little bit of water here. Water that I'm sure has stayed ice cold for us. Okay. Dana, let's take a look. Okay, so Dana, I know that I told you guys that I literally watched it and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode last night where there was like this monkey and he's serving monkey beer. Thank you, monkey. But Dana, when I was looking into your energy, It looked like there was literally a monkey on your back, but not the cute, fun monkey from the episode, but more of an annoying type monkey where it's there, you're trying to, like, brush him away, like, "No, no, stop, no," but just kind of acquiescing, just like, "Well, I guess the monkey's gonna be there and I just have to, like, roll with it." So I just wanted to mention what I'm seeing first in case it makes sense. And then we have beach, healing, and balance. And if I remember correctly, you love the beach. So let's dive into this one. Okay. So, Dana, through the shifts and changes that you're going through right now, this is also a great time to look at the things like I just looked into. Not that you would have a physical monkey on your back, but things that you just accept because you feel powerless to release them or change them, or at least you think you're powerless in certain situations. So you just say, "Oh, well, I guess that's just the way it's got to be with me. I'm always going to have that part of me that's not going to be healed, or I'm always going to have to deal with this, or this is always just going to be something that I have to constantly work through." And realizing that you have the power to remove that monkey, so to speak, at any time. It may be a nuisance, it may be annoying, it may constantly try to jump back on your back, but it's your back, and you decide if you want to keep it there and just have it running as a program in the background in your subconscious, or you say, "No, enough is enough. I'm tired of dealing with this shadow, or I'm tired of dealing with this thing over and over again. It's time for me finally, fully to release it because I do have that power. I'm a powerful being. I decide what I do and do not have within my energy." And so this is a big stepping into your power moment where you decide finally to let certain things go. Even though they may be screaming, but Dana, would you even know who you are if you didn't have me as a shadow, if you didn't have me constantly on your back?" And you say, "I know who I am with you on my back, and I don't like it. I know that much." And so let that be your motivation to help you to release those things. All right. All right, girl. Thank you, Dana. My gosh, thank you for allowing me to read for you. Um, oh, Kayla. All right. Thank you for joy. Is so sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you. Susie says, there you go, Joyful Dolphin. Right, so Susie says, it's Caitlin, then two questions for Diamond, Kayla, Janine, and Joyful Dolphin. All right. And then Janine was wondering what cards these are. These are the Nature Speak Oracle by Ted Andrews. Okay, so Caitlin is next. All right. Dana said, I love that. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Okay, so Caitlin said, my question is, does mom and gran have any messages for me? Sure. Sure. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. So this card has popped out earlier in this chat, but I do feel it having a different significance. Susie says, such a loving tribe. Okay, so Caitlin said, refresh number 6. What is going on? Okay. Okay, so you got Caitlin, stretch and explore with Ivy. Okay, both those females, very strong energies coming through. They said that there's a mm, kind of line in the family, something that's passed down from generation to generation, mostly through the female line of the can'ts. I can't do this. You can't do that. That's impossible. And both your gran and your mother are saying that they realize now that it was just a way to keep them small inadvertently, even though grandmother passing it to mother, passing it to daughter over and over and over again. It's just without thinking, taking what someone else told you, making it true for yourself, and then passing it on. And they said somewhere along the family line, certain family members wanted to control the women in the family and the energy that they exuded, the way they behaved, because it was mm, offensive to their own egos. Not offensive like society offensive, but meaning that child made them question things about themselves that they weren't ready to question. So they put parameters and boundaries on the child and said, "You can't do this. You can't do that." And they maybe even backed up those can'ts with punishments. That if you stray outside of those can'ts, you will be punished. The child now receiving trauma within that is now going to pass it on to their child and to their child and to their child. And so both your gran and your mother are saying that there are many can'ts that were passed on to you inadvertently. There was no malicious intent, but it was just something they were taught and they taught it to you. And they ask you to look into those can'ts, the ones that maybe you don't even voice aloud, that you just say to yourself, I can't do this. And they say the more that you release yourself from those can'ts, those prison of can'ts, the more you help your energetic bloodline. All the generations of women before us that were told we can't and that we believed we can't, you help them. And this is their one major message for you is they said it's time to release the can't. No more I can't. It's impossible. All right. All right, Caitlin, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. Susie says, yes, you can do this, Caitlin. Love is the answer. And Night Daughter says, that's what I'm trying to do. All right. Well, they got your back on this one. They're about it, all about it. Susie is asking Diamond if she could retype her questions about the relationship. That's right, because she had two questions, right? Diamond has two questions. All right. So, yes, Diamond is next. So, Diamond, if you're still here, if you don't mind posing those two questions since you did the two super chats. So, yeah, just let me know. So, she had I believe it was two relationship questions. I think so. Um, some of you guys are able to scroll back better than I can do on a cell phone. But if you can find out what Diamond's two questions were, Night Daughter says, I typed a lyric message earlier for someone. It's just harder for me to scroll through everything here. Let's see. Let's see if I could find Diamond's thing in here. Do, do, do. All right. Just going down. Dee, 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 dee. Oh, Diamond said, here it is. Okay. Diamond says, are we, me and Tyler, going to get together soon? Okay. So taking a look into that. All right. All right. All right. All right. Here you go. So are you and Tyler, energy between you and Tyler? Um, and so Diamond, before I pull a card, the first thing that I see is like, in elementary school, on Valentine's Day when we'd make our little Valentine's boxes and then, we'd take our little Valentine's cards, we put them in everybody's little Valentine's box. It's kind of what I'm seeing in Tyler is, like, the little boy sitting at his desk and you coming over with, like, a little heart lollipop and, like, "Here, this is for you." Um, it was just a sweet image I was seeing. Oh, it's snowing again, you guys. How about that? All right. So, we have Timon. Yeah, it's been snowing on and off. So we have garden, time for nurturing. Okay, so let's dive into this one. Okay, so Diamond, there isn't a definitive timeline yet for you and Tyler, meaning there's still much that you guys need to learn about each other and want to be curious about learning about each other so that the I would say the energy between you two can be more clear on what direction you guys are going to be taking. So at the moment, it's Tyler trying to learn more about you. So hasn't made a decision one way or the other, whether he wants to pursue a relationship with you or not. And although on your end, you would like to perhaps pursue a relationship with Tyler, there still is this like, but I want to learn more about this person. I want to gain more information. So right now, the higher selves of both of you are saying before the timeline can be clear on which path you guys are going to take, you're going to have to want to get to know each other even more. Not just at a physical level, like what is your favorite color, what's your favorite food, but asking the deeper questions. What are your thoughts on spirituality? What are your thoughts on having a higher self? Do you believe in the higher self? Where do you think Earth is going energetically at this? The deeper, more spiritual type questions to get to know this person at a soul level instead of just the surface vessel level. And of course, you would want Tyler to get to know you beyond your vessel and have you understand you more at a soul level as well. So, right now, there isn't enough information between the two of you for you guys to be able to take a course of action. But this is all about asking those deeper questions of each other, not just one sided, but of each other, so that you guys can start to formulate do I want to actually pursue a relationship with this person? Energetically, do I feel connected to this person, not just physically? All right. All right. All right. Thank you, Diamond. Thank you so much. Um, let me go back here. Let's see. Night Oracle says, "Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking for a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing by Elton John." And Diamond said, "Is Tyler going to call me? And hid mother is soon sweet." Okay, so is he going to call? All right. So yeah, Diamond, this is your second question. Let's go ahead and dive into that one. Question number 2. And Michelle, yay! I'll be happy to pull a card for you as well. All right, so Diamond has her second question, and it's just if he's going to call. Let's see. Oh, okay, so we have Redwood, Ancient Teachings. Slow. That's what I'm seeing. Slow. Right now, it feels as though Tyler is mulling things over in his head. He's trying to sort out how he feels about you. Um, because, like I said before with your other question, I don't I don't feel that he feels he has enough information about you to make mm, an informed decision. He doesn't know yet if he would like to pursue trying to get to know you more or if he would just maybe rather remain as friends. So, for the time being, I don't feel that he's going to call very soon because he's in the moment of thinking on your past conversations, what has been said energetically, how does he feel about you? He's trying to kind of feel out your energy Is this somebody I want to continue having conversations with? Have I found it interesting, some of the things that she's been saying? He's kind of doing this mulling over in his head at the moment. So he's just taking his time. He doesn't feel like he wants to rush into anything at the moment. So he doesn't really want to rush with the phone calls because it does appear that he is somebody that just needs time to feel things through before he takes another step. So he's a little bit more slow and methodical when it comes to who he continues to have a energetic relationship with. Okay. All right. So Diamond, hopefully that helps clarify some things. Let's see here. Lisa says, I'm still standing. Fantastic. Said perfect. Night Daughter said Elton John is fantastic. Susie said, thank you all. I mean that so much. Thank you. Joyful Dolphin says, I love Redwood. It's pretty. Actually, James grew up near the Redwoods. So I finally got to go see them. I thought they were just amazing. Susie said, we are Team KWT. Yay. Okay, so Susie said that Kayla's next. Then we have Janine, Joyful Dolphin, and Michelle. All right. Susie said, Caitlin, please check again for me. Either way, we have everyone listed. Yeah, I'm so glad that there's like multiple people checking up on everybody, making sure I'm not missing a single person. So, all right. And I believe Kayla, you wanted a message for April, kind of what April's got for you. Um, oh, let's see here. This one is, and this one is. Oh, how about that, you guys? Hold on. I need to show you something before we pull Kayla's card real quick. These are some pieces of pottery that James just found right near our little cabin. So these are the more primitive pieces of pottery, which are probably just over 400 years old, um, right around Anna's time. So I thought I would just show those to you guys. We find all different kinds of pottery, sometimes Anasazi pottery, sometimes Navajo pottery, maybe even Hopi. Yeah, all over. Thought I would just share that. So very cool. I dig that. Let's put those there so they get protected. I like to keep them all together. Um, the Silver Star says you always find such treasures. I know it's like, ah! Kayla's like, ooh, pottery. So pottery just before Kayla's reading. Silver Star says, I'm back. I'm lurking. Got my running around done. Excellent. Okay, so Kayla, here we go. Here we go, Kayla. Message for April. Message for April. Message for April. Message for April. Is everybody okay? I I shuffle really well, you guys, and when a certain card keeps coming out, it means that there's a theme that we're all going through. So, Kayla, you also got stretch and explore. That's freaking awesome. But it seems like the message is always different for everybody, even though it's the same card. So let's go into this, Kayla. Oh, okay. So the what I was seeing just in my mind's eye is you sitting on a couch, and actually Eco was with you. He's on the couch, but he's like trying to console you. Kind of if you were in a glum mood or in a feeling bad or sad, how he's kind of giving you those puppy dog eyes like, hey, you know, you want to go play? You know, you probably don't want to just sit here on the couch all day. Hey, you want to scritch me? You want to pet my tummy? Like trying anything to get you out of that mode. And it's because the message is that in April, there's going to be quite a many situations that arise that force you to look at aspects of yourself that you're not as happy with. It's the ones that you keep hidden because you don't want to show people those certain aspects of yourself because you feel that it taints your character or that people would think less of you if they were to know that portion of you. And so as you continue to try to control that and say, no, I don't, I'm not proud of that. I'm actually quite ashamed of some of those personality traits and some of those things, and that you're wanting to continue to stuff them away. But in doing so, it brings about a sadness. And what the emotion of sadness is trying to tell you is that you're not accepting a particular aspect of yourself. And so you may be asking yourself, well, why would I want to accept the parts of myself that I consider negative? And what ego and your higher self are saying is because they're all aspects of you. You decide if something is negative or positive, but that's just your point of view. If you look at something and say, that's a negative part of my personality or that's a part I don't like, well, then let's work on healing it. Let's work on what is the trauma surrounding it that would make you feel that way so that you don't constantly have to shove it down or hide it when particular situations arise that bring that part out of you. So you're not scared of it anymore. So you're not always trying to hide it anymore because it takes an awful lot of energy from you. It's exhausting trying to hide certain aspects. Well, let's not let them hide anymore. Let's bring them to the surface so they can be healed and they can be released or transmuted. Let's change them into something else, something more beautiful, so that next time those similar situations arise, they're no longer triggering. Those aspects of you are popping up, but in a more transmuted way, in a healed fashion. And so just know that in April, those challenges will be coming up, but they are for your best and highest good because there's another step of mega healing that is waiting for you because of the opportunities that exist later in the year. It'll be harder to see those opportunities if the healing, mm, the parts of you that you're most afraid of aren't, you don't take a look at them to release them or at least to retransform them. So, what's going on in the future is dependent on what's going on in the present. And that's what's coming up for you for April. All right. Thank you, Kayla, for allowing me to tap into that. Thank you. Thank you. Susie giving little hugs. This is your beautiful person, Kayla. I agree. Night Daughter says, I'm going to take the mountain. Ain't nothing going to slow me down. There ain't no way around it. Going to leave it level with the ground. I'm going to take that mountain by Reba McEntire. My dad actually has hots for Reba. All right, so Janine is next. Okay. Um, let's see. I don't remember. Does somebody remember what Janine's question was? Or Janine, if you want to pop it in, let me know. James brought over a lovely smelling incense, actually from our friend Sumi, who sends care packages every now and then. She took a trip out to Egypt and sent me some sand from the foot of the Giza pyramid, which I thought was really cool. But she also sent me some Egyptian incense, and just like, smells so good. um, Silverstar said, beautiful messages for everyone in here. Love it. We all can take away from them. I know I am. Kayla said, thank you. You're very welcome. Susie wondering what Janine's question is. Let's see if I can scroll back here. do, do, do. That's Michelle. And then, whoop, that was Kayla for Joyful Dolphin. And, yeah, I think I missed it somewhere in here. Hard to see. Oh, okay. So Susie says it's a general. So Janine said just general message with me hitting 50. All right. Yay, yay, yay. That's right. During the week of your birthday, during our live chat, Janine, let us know again your birthday so I can sing you a little happy birthday song. Okay. I actually have some lovely friends who are turning the 50 this year. Let's see. Diamond said, is Tyler connecting telepathically? I meant to ask you. More energetically, which could be telepathically. It's all energy. So, yeah, when somebody's usually tapping into somebody else's energy, sometimes you can kinda get those hits, like, you feel like they're like, you can almost hear them. I do that with James all the time. So, sometimes James is like, "Are you reading my mind?" Sometimes, like, I'm like, "Is James reading my mind?" We probably are, because 'cause we're both tapping into each other's energy. So, it's quite possible, yes. So lots of happy birthdays all going around for Janine. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños. Okay. Oh, all right. We have Rowan. Control and discern. All right. So, Janine, let's tap into this one for your 50th birthday. That is amazing. Which, by the way, you'd be getting close to one of the big birthdays that we would have in Mayan astrology. The age of 52 is considered like almost as big as having one's 16th birthday. Actually, it trumps that. It's like the big thing, like, all right, so many life lessons, so many more life lessons to go, so much to share, so many adventures to come. All right, let's dive into this. All right, Janine. So the message coming through is sometimes it felt like when you were younger, you kept thinking, when I reach a particular age, I'll finally be old enough where I feel good in my skin, where I feel confident, where I don't feel I have to walk on eggshells around certain people, or I don't feel like I have to hide particular aspects of myself. That when I reach 30, I'll be able to feel that way. Then you reach 30. And at 30, still kind of feeling like a little kid, almost a little bit. And you say, okay, when I reach 35, and then it's when I reach 40, I will feel like. Then when I reach 45, I will feel like. And your higher self is saying, it never was about an age. This age of 50 is a transformational period for you, not because of the age, but because your mindset has shifted. And during this solar return, this solar cycle, to continue to tap into this changed mindset. Now it's no longer, I need to be a particular age for people to respect my boundaries or for me to feel comfortable in my skin. It never was about age, but more your feeling about yourself. And because of the healing that you've been doing, you've been seeing yourself in a different light. And it's that change in perspective about yourself that changes people's perspectives about you. And so you may say, well, now that I'm 50, I am feeling more confident in my skin. And I do feel people treat me differently, like they respect my boundaries. And it's not because of how old they think you are, but it's because your energy towards yourself has shifted. And so your higher self is asking you to continue to embrace this, continue to look inwards because that's being reflected on the outside. Sometimes we still feel like little kids when we reach the age of 60, the age of my dad still thinks like a 15-year-old and the man's going to be 83. So then it must mean that it has nothing to do with age, but how we feel about ourselves. And so when people say age is just a number, it's more than just a little quip. It's more than just a quote, but it's a sense of being. And so the more you respect your own boundaries with your own self, and the more comfortable you feel about being who you are, meaning accepting all aspects of yourself, you start to notice that other people act accordingly. And it had nothing to do with your age. So, what a beautiful, beautiful time that you're going into, Janine. This is amazing. Yay! Like I said, when we're in the week of your birthday, let me know and we can sing a little happy birthday for you. Susie is sending Janine some love. All right, so Susie was asking Joyful Dolphin if she could retype her question. All right, so Joyful Dolphin said, my question was, I wanted to know what Sparkles is doing. Sure. And Janine was wondering what deck this was. This was the Nature Speak Oracle. Kayla loves the name Sparkles. That is so cool. All right. So, yeah, Joyful Dolphin will definitely look into that. There were some messages coming in. Night Daughter said, I left before you said goodbye. That's what's left to say beyond a lie. Kill for Candy by Dream Car. And Silver Star said, lots of birthdays this month. I love it. Happy 50th birthday. Yes. All right. So here we go. Let's look into what Sparkles is doing for Joyful Dolphin. Curiosity. Curiosity is what comes through. I was seeing like hitting like a disco ball. Like I know the names, you said the name is Sparkles, but like being just curious about everything, just like, "Ooh, what is that? I have to hit that. I have to touch that. I have to investigate that." Like, "Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh," like almost like a little magpie, like something sparkly over here, something glittery over here. "Ooh, that catches my eye." Just no fear of anything. Just I want to investigate. Something has caught my eye there. I want to investigate. So let's see what Sparkles is up to. Oh, all right. So joyful, we have river and stream flowing and evolving. Flowing and evolving. Sparkle says, I'm working on something that actually you're working on as well at the moment. And it's living fully in the present moment. And some people might feel that that is a scary notion because when we say, well, if I live fully in the present moment, what if I forget the past? What if I forget this? What if I forget that? Sparkle's like, you don't forget it. You just don't have any attachments to it. Sparkles is like, the reason I'm always so curious and happy in the present moment is because I don't think of what happened in the past. I don't think, oh, that led to danger or that led to that. So I better not try this again. I better not try that. But I want to leave my curiosity open. Ooh, that's sparkly over there. Ooh, that looks interesting over there. I want to go investigate. I want to go try it out because I learn more that way than looking at things um, with the point of view of danger, of fear. Circles is saying if I were to look at all those glittery, sparkly, wonderful things and say, oh, I best not investigate them because of what happened in the past, I would never know what they are. Maybe it's something really cool to play with. Maybe it's something that I would really enjoy, but I wouldn't know that because it would my past would be holding me back. So Sparkles is saying, I'm in this like flow of energy where I'm just constantly like, what's going on right now? What's happening right now? I'm interested in learning. I'm learning here. I'm learning about this. Sparkles is very curious in a very in depth learning period and experiencing period, just wanting to experience everything, learn everything. But in order for Sparkles to do that, it has to live in flow, meaning just like a river, not holding on to the rocks for dear life and no, I don't want to go downstream, but just flowing along and observing the beautiful scenery and every rock that you come across and every fish that swims through your belly and just looking at it with awe and amazement. And that's what Sparkles is doing. And Sparkles is asking you to maybe tap into some of that energy as well because you both are working on a very similar lesson at the moment. Sparkle's like, yes, don't let the past dictate your present. It's the best advice it could give. Let it flow. You never know what fishies you could catch. All right. All righty. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Joyful Dolphin says, "You got it, Sparkles." Susie said, "Michelle, can you retype your question?" Oh, yes, yes. Thank you. Michelle, if you could do that. Joyful said, "Awesome. Okay, he's there." Disco. Joyful Dolphin said, "He's hitting a disco ball." Um, all right. Okay. So, yeah, let's go back with Michelle's question. Night Oracle said, "Message from Melchizedek for me, please. Super random. I feel like he has something to say." Yeah, you guys definitely want to tap into Melchizedek. All right. So Michelle said a message. Okay, message from Melchizedek. You got it. So thank you, Night Daughter, for helping me to find Michelle's question. Okay. Okay. So Michelle, before I pull a card for you, the way Melchizedek is showing his energy, almost like I'm gonna say homeless because this person doesn't look homeless. It looks like they look at the earth as their home, so they can never be homeless. They're well within their home. But more like this holy man or this person seeking answers, looking at the earth as home. All kinds of weird drawings all over his body, speaking to himself, but it's more because he's on a different dimension, on a different reality. But to the outside world, the 3D world would call him crazy. It'd say, "Look at that man talking to himself. Look at the way he dresses. Look at those odd symbols all over his body. Doesn't he know that long hair isn't in style anymore?" They would have all these opinions. And it's not because they actually look down on this person, but because they wish they were him. They say, in reality, what their words are trying to say is, "I wish I was free like him. I wish I could just be me. I wish I could just feel free to act and do the way I felt without worrying about the judgment of others. I wish I was like him," is what they're actually trying to say. But instead, their ego tells them, "No, that person's crazy. No, that person is weird. You don't want to be weird because then people are going to talk about you. People are going to look at you funny." And Melchizedek says, "I am that person." And when you are fully in your truth and who you are, you don't worry so much about what others think about you. In fact, you feel even more connected to them. You feel a love that you have never felt before. And you say, "That's wonderful. Look at them on their journey. And I wish them well on their continued journey, no matter what these people say to you." Okay, let me pull this card from Melchizedek. Well, that makes sense. Melchizedek says, "Carnation, follow your passion." So Melchizedek says, just like the portrayal of myself that I presented before you, the somewhat on the outside looking like a homeless man, talking to himself, painting weird things on himself. Perhaps they need to lock him up. Perhaps he needs to be in a home somewhere, in an asylum. We can't have these beings looking different than the rest of the colony. We can't have different. We need uniform. We need everyone looking exactly the same. We need everyone thinking exactly the same. Melchizedek says, "But Michelle, you don't believe that, do you? Of course you don't." And so, as you move along your journey here, and the more you step into who you truly are, and you start to embrace your gifts, embrace the messages that you receive, no matter what your ego is trying to tell you, the more that you embrace that, the less you're going to care about what people say about how Michelle has changed. Oh, what is she doing now? Oh, what is that? He says, let them question, let them be curious. Maybe they'll learn something. He says, and that's the point. Your point, your purpose here is not to control others. Otherwise, you would have fallen in line with everybody else. You would have dressed the same as them, spoken the same as them, think the same as them. Instead, you wanted to find out who you truly are. And so you start to have more compassion for those around you, those that would judge you, say what you're doing is weird, this or that. They're just curious. They're being confronted with an aspect of themselves that told them they couldn't be who they are. And you are the catalyst for that. What a wonderful gift you are to have people question their reality, to have people question what is acceptable, what is normal, what does it mean to be absolutely free. And if you were to shut that part of yourself down, that would be a tremendous loss for every person you come in contact with. From a person at the gas station to a person that you meet online. Continue to be you. Please don't do the disservice of shutting down aspects of yourself because you want their egos to be more comfortable. That is not your mission here. All right. Thank you, Michelle, for allowing me to give you that message. That was, woo, a little dizzy there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Lisa says, Susie, I was about to say the same. Night daughter says, me, I have black pepper coated crackers. Susie saying these are all powerful messages. Diamond's calling now. Oh, wow. Joyful Dolphin says, okay, who has ice cream? I can taste it. I would like some ice cream. um, Diamond is saying, much thanks, Susie. Send me some prayers. Wow. A lot of amens. Susie's saying, Diamond, wishing you success with Tyler. She said, he answered last week, but I missed the pickup. The notification slipped out. And then Joyful Dolphin was talking about sparkles. Basically, he's telling me, I got this. Exactly, exactly. Okay. Whew. um, Susie's saying that was huge. Night Daughter says, I retyped my lyric message. Huh. I'm not seeing them. Michelle said, thanks, Tara. Exactly what I needed to hear. Yay. Dude, girl, that was he comes in strong, let me tell you. I haven't connected with Melchizedek's energy much, but every time I have, it's always been like a boom. And he's always very clear about what he has to say. Okay. Did I miss anybody? Were we missing anybody who did super chats or super stickers? Actually, I might have to put my sunglasses back on again. It's getting a little bright out here. So let me know, you guys, if I missed anybody. Michelle sent, or Susie sending love to Michelle. All right, I think we got everyone then. All right then. Okay. Well, that was awesome. Thank you so much for everybody who allowed me to read for them, and this is I mean, I don't take it for granted, by the way. I know that we're in a live chat, and the live chats mean a lot to me because you guys mean a lot to me, and even the people who I never see your comments because they're just lurking, I do feel your energy, and I do appreciate you joining in with us for all the good vibes that you send everybody here, and the fact that many of us will never see each other face to face, but that you still hold love in your hearts for all of us, no matter where we are or who we may be. Um, and in here, nobody is a stranger, just so you guys know. So thank you so much. And I think that it's time for some mega healing vibes, with all of those messages and all of the things that people are going through right now. Like I said, I know everybody's going through some big shifts and changes. There's been some sudden things that have occurred in people's lives, either in their physical reality or to their physical bodies, and sometimes in the spiritual. And so I would like to do a big healing session in this. So, Janine saying goodbye, everyone. Fabulous live. Janine to read. Thank you to all the subscribers, my patrons, my YouTube members, everybody who's done donations. You guys are fabulous, and I truly appreciate what I'm allowed to do with you guys. All right. So, on that note, and actually in the sky, what the heck? There's a bird that has stalled. It's not moving much, and it's right above us, and it's so high. I'm trying to figure out what kind of bird this is. I think that's a hawk. So there's a big, beautiful hawk up above us. Yay! I feel like that's my brethren. So coming to also give us clarity with this healing so that we can be fully open to it no matter what comes through. All right. So I have my singing bowl here. And I'm going to take you briefly into a guided meditation, and then I want you to focus on the sound and the vibration of the singing bowl. The singing bowl is attuned to the heart chakra, and I want us to be able to open up that aspect of ourselves. I know we were talking about chakras earlier, um, but let's open up that portal. Since most of us all have that portal to our higher self, and let's allow the healing to go where it needs to go. Some of us are going to feel healing in different parts of our physical bodies and our auric bodies, but let's allow it to go where it needs to go without having a forced saying we're only healing this aspect or this aspect. Let's go where it needs to go for everyone in here. All right. Okay. So you guys get nice and cozy, get nice and comfy. Night Daughter says, I guess YouTube doesn't want me to give that message. Susie's saying, "Oh, it does happen with copyright." Yeah, I've always wondered. Like sometimes people leave me messages or they leave me comments on videos, and then I don't know where it goes. Like it's not even in my held comments for review. Like YouTube just takes it off. It decides. I'm like, okay, and then I feel bad because I can't respond to people. I'm like, oh, I didn't see your message. Okay, but you guys, let's get cozy. You guys could be sitting in a chair, lying in a bed, laying out in a bed of flowers. Oh, I wish right now. Sitting under a tree, wherever is comfortable for you. And I want you to bring your awareness to your breath. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. If you would like, you may take your right hand and place it over your heart. And feel that breath in and out. The element of air, of fire, of water, of earth, all mixed within one human breath. Our ability to leave condensation on the mirror from our breath. Our ability to blow on our fingers when they're too hot. The fire it takes for this whole system to work. As this wind, this breath moves in and out this earthly vessel, And if you want, go ahead now and take your left hand and place it over your abdomen. And now we're not only feeling the breath as it moves in and out, but we're asking our body, our human body, show me where you need my attention. Where do I need to look? Allow your body to speak to you. Perhaps it'll come in the form of a feeling. Maybe you'll hear it whispered in your ear. Maybe you'll have a vision of your knees, your mouth, your eyes. No judgment. Allow your body to speak. If there are any messages, allow your body to convey those messages. And if all it says is look here, then that's all we'll do. And now, with that part of your body in mind, let's send healing into this part. For it's not only to heal the physical, but what that part of your body represents. Perhaps we're sending healing into your foot. Maybe we're sending it into your teeth, into your heart, into your lungs, into your eyes. Maybe your head hurts and we're going to send it there. But just know that what you're feeling is on a physical level. And what the healing will do is open up to the energetic level, the root cause of the ailment of the foot, or the teeth, or the eyes, or the head, or the heart, or the lungs, or whatever it may be. And I want you to breathe in life into this area of your body while I work with my singing bowl. May you continue to send healing, send light, send clarity into the portion of your body that needed the most. May you continue to open up an honest dialogue with the self so that we can create balance between the other world and the physical world. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much healing. I truly love each and every one of you. I do send you guys lots of love, not only during these live chats, but before I go to bed at night. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I know that we're closing out March here. It's been quite the month, quite the ride, I must say. I can't wait to send you guys some fun stuff through our newsletter that's coming up. And to my crystal patrons, you have a wonderful April crystal grid coming out for you guys out on the 1st. And there's some guided meditations that are coming out and some other things. But yeah, I'm truly grateful for all of you. Thank you for being here. Again, thank you for everybody who allowed me to read for them. And have a wonderful rest of your day. All right, you guys, stay warm out there. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.